Hi, hello, and welcome to Rebel Unicorn Crafts. If you are looking for a special gift for somebody in your life who loves watercolor, and you're a little overwhelmed, well, I understand because there are so many supplies out there. When picking a gift for somebody who loves watercolor, one thing you might not want to do is just buy any old watercolor palette unless they've specifically asked for it, because they probably already have a watercolor palette that they love, or they have one that they have their eye on, and there's so much variety in how these work and the differences in quality that taking a chance on one of those can be pretty pricey and it might not get used. So I've compiled a list of different items that pretty much any watercolorist would love to have, and they're kind of alternative items that will complement what they probably already have to practice watercolor with. I've split this up into different budget levels. I have everything from under $10 to over $25, and you could buy one or two or three of these little items together to make an awesome gift for that watercolor lover in your life. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Starting off with the gifts that are under $10, my first suggestion is to get some fun washi tape. You can buy a small pack of washi tape for about $7. You can also buy larger packs for more, but you can start off smaller with just a few different rolls, and these are perfect for taping off different things in watercolor sketchbooks, getting nice crisp lines, and they come in so many different cute patterns and colors that you're going to be sure to find something that they like. Not only that, but if they don't just use it in watercolor, it can be great for gift wrapping, used in bullet journaling, and all sorts of other applications, so this will definitely not go to waste. Next up, we have the most budget-friendly item, this $2 Muffin tin mixing palette, and as you can see, mine is quite well loved. I use this all the time in my own practice. I really love that these have deep wells where I can mix up tons of color, plus that nice flat surface in between them allows me to mix up smaller amounts of more saturated color, and they come in super handy. Another small item that would be great as an individual gift or possibly a stocking stuffer depending on your budget is a white gouache pen. White gouache is often used to add in highlights and add some white back into watercolor paintings, but I love having this in a pen form to add in some little details. And they're just fun to draw with at the very end of a painting as well. Following that up, I am a little biased on this one because this is my own brush that I sell, the wONEder brush, and this is a size 12 round brush with a super fine tip on it. It's $7.50 for a single brush, but you really only need one super good brush for watercolor, so this is a great option for that. You don't have to buy mine, but something else similar, you're going to want to look for synthetic bristles with about a size 10 or 12 round brush, and make sure it has a super duper fine tip to it. Let's bump up that price range a little bit and stick to things that are under $20 but above $10, starting that off with a nice watercolor sketchbook. Every watercolorist is always going to want a little more paper because it allows us to paint more. When looking for a nice watercolor sketchbook, you want to mainly look for two things. You need it to be at least 140-pound paper, and most watercolorists prefer cold pressed paper. I personally really like these. They're about 6x9 type size ones that also have that elastic on them to keep all those pages closed when you're not using it. Depending on the brand, these are going to run you about $15 to $20 or sometimes even more. If the watercolorist in your life likes to also add some pen details to things, a nice set of fine liner pens like microns is going to be absolutely delightful for them. You can buy these in all sorts of different types of sets. Some come with different colors, some come with different thicknesses. One thing you want to make sure is that they are waterproof in case they want to draw before they paint. You can also get them ones that aren't waterproof, but that means they gotta wait till it's dry at the end. And at least with the waterproof ones, you're going to be sure to be able to do it either way. Depending on the pack you select and the number of pens included, these will run you anywhere from about $12 to $30. For slightly more experienced watercolorists who like to paint really loose, this is my recommendation for a round brush. This silver black velvet round brush in a size 10. These are around $18 to $20 when you get up to those larger sizes, but the larger size brush is going to allow them to do a lot more. And these use a combination bristle of synthetic and squirrel hair, and it moves a lot more. So this is not going to be a beginner level brush. This is for somebody who wants to have a little less control because they already have a little bit too much. My next suggestion is actually a duo of items, getting some Frisket or masking fluid, and I recommend this Miskit Frisket. I love how it opens and you can dip something straight into it to apply it to the paper. Frisket is used for masking off different areas that you don't want the paint to actually go over, and the best way I have found for this to actually be applied is with a ruling pen. The Frisket will run you about $12 and the ruling pen is about $5 to $7 depending on where you buy it from. This allows for super easy application, and then it's also super easy to clean up. You just let the Frisket dry on the ruling pen and then you can peel it right off. For the adventurous watercolorist that doesn't like to be bound by paper, this Daniel Smith watercolor ground, there are also watercolor grounds from Core and a few others that are really nice as well, but by painting this onto a different surface like canvas or fabric or wood, it allows you to actually paint watercolor with basically the same effects as painting it on paper. So this can be really helpful for expanding the range of products that you can actually paint on. You can buy a small jar of the basic white one for about $14, but it also comes in transparent and gold and black colors, so there's a ton of different options to have a little more fun with where you're going to put watercolor. Bumping this up to above $20, I've got a few recommendations here as well. The first is these Viviva Colorsheets, and these are super unique. More than likely, even if the watercolorist in your life has a huge set of watercolors, they're going to be delighted by these because these work way different than most watercolors. The color is actually swiped onto these little sheets, which makes it super portable, and the pigmentation is just absolutely stunning. Not only that, but it has kind of a fun effect where some of the colors appear golden, but then when you swipe them on, they're a deep, rich purple, and it can just be really fun to have. Now you can buy these on Amazon from Viviva, or sometimes I even have these in stock. At about $26, this set of watercolors is perfect. I absolutely love these. These have stunning saturation of those different gold mica pigments, and I think they just add absolutely beautiful details at the very end. This is also a good one if you wanted to shop more small business. Search on Etsy in order to find some absolutely stunning metallic watercolors that the watercolorist in your life might love to have. And last in this list, but certainly not least, is probably the thing that most watercolorists would absolutely love to have, and that is some more Arches watercolor paper. This stuff is the cream of the crop, and most watercolorists absolutely rave over it. It's 100% cotton, and you can get it in a couple different finishes. My two favorite ones of these are the 140-pound cold press and the 140-pound rough paper. I personally really recommend buying these in a watercolor block, which means that the sides of them are actually all glued down together so that they don't have to tape it down. And the paper is going to stay nice and flat as they're painting on it, and it makes it so they can also travel with it. Depending on the size and the weight that you buy of this paper, this is going to run you anywhere from about $25 to $50 for a single block of this paper. This is one of those things where it's the optimal thing to buy somebody who absolutely loves watercolor, because this is a splurge-worthy item that they're going to always love to have a little extra of. It might seem a little silly to spend that much on paper, but just wait until you see the excitement of the person receiving this. If you're interested in purchasing any of these as gifts, I do have links down in the description box below. Some of these are affiliate links, other ones aren't. If you do use the affiliate links, I get a really small commission when you do purchase from that affiliate link. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, and I hope that you have a magically creative day.